I'm back with a new video. Yep, I'm back. That's what I said. Okay, so first of all, if you find that there's something weird with me, with my face, or something on my face, well, you might be right. I won't tell you up front what it is, but if you guess what changed, comment down below. It's pretty obvious, to be honest. But anyways, let me start that video right now. So, like I said in another video, I think, my goal was to always put out a video a week, and possibly later on more than that, but right now it's one video per week. And I didn't put up one last week because I was feeling very overwhelmed with, just my whole life and a lot of stuff. So basically, there were a lot of stressful situations at my work because if you didn't know, I don't think I mentioned that before, but I'm a social worker. So, my job is to help people and help them find solutions to their problem and, listen to them and all that stuff, which is pretty nice. But there were a lot of, crises, well, intense situations going on basically, and I was kind of feeling overwhelmed. And so every time someone would come to ask for help, I was like, whoa, okay, no, this is too much, like, please I just need a break. At some point I just need to stop listening to people's problems. And it's because there was that, but there was also the fact that people that are close to me are not feeling good as well. So I also, all that, it weighs on me, and I kind of want to help everyone and save everybody, but I can't, and I need to take care of myself. So sometimes it's difficult, to balance all that stuff and find the line between wanting to be there for people and wanting to be there for myself, basically. So, at work I don't really have a choice because I'm paid for that. But I mean, in my exterior life, it's kind of like I need to find when I can be helpful to other people and when I need to be helpful to myself. So basically, yeah, there were a lot of things going on. Oh my God, the planes and the trucks, I swear. There were a lot of things going on, at work and with people that are close to me. And I was also let down by some people I thought I could trust. So, there was some drama going on, and that was like basically the little thing that was, that made me want to say, fuck this shit, I'm leaving. I don't know what I'm leaving, but I'm just quitting this life. Like, I'm done. That was basically what was going through my mind, because I was feeling so overwhelmed and so stressed out and so drained. And I can be like, okay, go mentality and do all that stuff, and I feel great, and I feel, well, not always energized, but I mean, I feel like, I can handle all those things. But at some point my body reacts, and it goes further than just me thinking that I'm overwhelmed. Like, my body is basically like, nope, we can't take anymore. So what happened also too last week was that I started getting feverish. I had a fever, and I rarely have that. So it was really weird, and I rapidly understood, because now I have a better connection with my body and the signs that my body sends me. So I basically understood that it was because I was so stressed out that I was getting a fever. I still had to finish my week at work, so I was feverish for 2 days at work, and then I had the weekend for myself. So I had some training to do and some stuff to do, but I was able to recuperate and get myself into a better shape. So right now we're Monday, and I'm feeling much better. And I just wanted to share some things that I instinctively and intuitively do now to help me feel better. I'm not saying that it made things like easier. I mean, my week was still pretty shitty. Well, on some levels, not on all levels, but it was pretty much very stressful. But I think that what allowed me to get through that week was all those little tricks and little things that I implement in my everyday life. So I just wanted to share some of those tips with you guys. It's probably stuff that you already know, but I think that it's a great reminder, and it helps to reflect on what are what are our coping mechanisms. So first of all, what I do every morning is I meditate, just to, to kind of get my mind right at the beginning of the day. So I try to I use the application Headspace, and this is not sponsored, I'm just mentioning them because that's what I use. So I use Headspace for 10 to 15 minutes to to work on focusing or being less stressed, to start my day right. So I'm not the best at meditating, but I really think that it at least helps to lessen the noise that usually comes up when I wake up. So that's one of the things that I do daily that I think really helps. The other thing is, I think when we're so stressed out and overwhelmed, I know for myself, I used to keep it to myself like all the time, and I would never share that, and I think that all those emotions were so bottled up that it really didn't help the situation. Like, my body ended up reacting, or I ended up feeling even more shitty because I didn't let that out. I didn't have an outlet to put my emotions out, and just to process them more healthily, more sanely, basically. So now what I do is that I allow myself to complain about things a lot more. So it's not about always being a whiny bitch, but if you need to talk to a colleague or someone close to you to just complain about a frustrating situation, do it. You're allowed to be mad about something, or frustrated or stressed out. So I allow myself to have those moments, and at some point when I don't want to bother other people about what is frustrating me, I write it in a journal. Or if you're not the type of person to journal, you can just record yourself as saying those things, and just let it out some way. Another way to let it out is to move your body. So it can be to walk. So I like to get some fresh air every time I have a break at work. I go for a walk and get some fresh air, so that I can just disconnect from what is going on and take some time for myself, move my body, get myself out of that, cramped up space and just, enjoy nature and all that stuff. So that can be one simple thing you can do. But if you're to a point where, you train, or you're interested in training, thank you, plane. Where you want to train, or you're training already, well, you can, that is a great way to let out stress, steam, and negative emotion, is to train hard, and to train, well, not necessarily hard, but train in a way that, you can basically let out some stress, to get some high intensity, get your heart rate going, and break a sweat. That really helps with sleep also, and helps to, get out some of those bottled up emotions. So those are a few daily things I do to help me, that have become ingrained in my routine. Also, something that I noticed that really helps, and I didn't really intentionally, well, I do it intentionally, but I didn't identify it as a coping mechanism, but it is to put comforting things around you in your space, and that could be sometimes I'll just wrap up, it's not a blanket, but if I had a blanket I would do it, I wrap up a scarf around myself, or wrap something that is warm and comfy around myself to help me feel like I'm more safe, that I'm more comfortable. Or what I'll do is, another thing, I'll drink something comforting too. So I won't turn to food for comfort, but what I'll do is that I'll have a tea that I really like. Like right now I really like, there's a chai chocolatey tea that I drink a lot towards the end of the day. Either if I'm at work or at home, I drink it because it really helps me feel better, and it helps me, just to feel like there's something good that is happening. So it's finding the little pleasures and comforting things that you can implement in a stressful space, or just in a space that you spend a lot of time in. And that brings me also to the point that to implementing those comforting things, it's also to look forward to the next little pleasure. So when things are so stressful, or you're feeling like you're down and things are not going the way you want them to go. You need to like schedule little times in your day where you're going to indulge in a little pleasure. So again, it could be like, I'm careful with saying like, oh well, give yourself a piece of cake, but what I'll do is that I'll give myself like pieces of dark chocolate, you know, to choose a healthier option. But I usually go for activities. So if I managed to go through some work that I needed to do, even though I was stressed, even though I was drained, I'm like, well, you know what, this at 9 o'clock, for example, this is my time to just watch YouTube videos or watch a show, or just read a fan fiction, or spend time speaking to my family or whatever. So it's just like scheduling times. Thank you, Chuck. Scheduling times that are going to be enjoyable, even though it might be only just like 30 minutes or something like that. But it's just scheduling in a little moment where you're going to feel great, where you're going to feel like more relaxed, and where you'll be distracted from everything that is making you feel that type of way. And also, it's so important. That is like a basic thing, but it's so important to, sleep, get in some sleep also, and rest. So right now I'm trying to go from 7 hours of sleep per night to 8 hours, because I know I need more than that, but sometimes it's so difficult. But I think that as long as we aim to better that and get more rest, well, that's a good thing. So I also think that sleep is so important, and it's really necessary to help us feel at our best, even though we're going through a rough time. And lastly, what I wanted to add as a tip was that if there's a week where you're feeling like overwhelmed and you just want to give up on everything, like that was my case last week, I had to make choices. I needed to put less stuff on my plate and lessen my burden, and make my routine more simple. So it's basically removing all the little things that you usually can put up with, but you're currently not able to because you're so stressed out. So you need to focus on the essentials. So basically last week I was not going to record a YouTube video, because that was the thing that was extra, that would have added to my stress, and that would have made it like I wouldn't have been enjoyable, because I needed to rest, I needed to relax, I needed to have less on my plate. So I chose to not film a YouTube video and just recuperate to come back more strong the next week. Those damn trucks. I needed to pause so that I could let that truck go away. So yeah, so whatever that you can remove from your routine that isn't urgent in the moment and isn't necessary for you to address right this instant or during the week, remove it and just let yourself do less stuff on that week and enjoy more rest or more free time or more activities that you favor, because that is so important. I know that I'll talk for myself, but I know for me it's so hard to let go and to be less performant, whatever that might mean. But it's so important, because in the long run, if I never let myself have more rest, or never let myself let myself and my body recuperate from a stressful situation, well, I'm never going to feel my 100%. I'm always going to be around 70 or 80 or even less than that if I keep on always trying to perform. And I think, yeah, it's so important to slow down to be able to go further with whatever you might want to do. So yeah, that was pretty much all the tips that I wanted to share with you, and basically what I do to help me go through rough times and help me go through times where I want to give up on everything, because sometimes life gets even more hard than it usually is. So if you enjoyed those tips in this video, please give it a thumbs up share it, and subscribe to my channel to let me know that, you know, what I'm doing is helping someone. Comment down below if you have any other suggestions of video you want me to do, and you know, just comment to tell me also if you liked it. So on that note, I wish you guys a great day or a great evening, whatever time it is where you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.